All right, shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yah Bashem Shai, Bashem Kakadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to you fellow Akim out there pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. Shabbat Chanak, coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yah Bashem Shai, Bashem Kakadash. Today is July 12th, 2020, the year of prophecy, coined by the apostle elder Tahar. Basically, we speak about the prophecies that are written in the scriptures. Okay, we believe and know, which is everybody's going to soon find out that we're the prophets set up by Yah Bashem Shai to bring out this word in the last days. Okay, and right here, what I have, basically that's our main job, is to warn the people before these things happen. To let our people know, okay, as well as other nations, Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white race, let them know what part do they play in biblical prophecy. Okay, so you're going to have some that are going to be saved, salvation. Those are going to be the Israelites that believe on the names of Yah Bashem Shai and follow through with works, which is their faith. Okay. And then you're going to have destruction, okay, to 2/3 of our people, to the wicked, okay, which our people are included in that number. But you have the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, as well as, the heathen nations are going to take part of, the judgment that's coming. And basically what I have here is an article. I have two articles pretty much of the same topic, pretty much, just written by two different people. But I was watching videos earlier, about the economy, and I seen this. Somebody was bringing this article out, basically going into how millions of Americans are going to suffer, these moratoriums being released, which is going to basically, kick people out of their homes. And one thing that caught my eye, which he didn't go into, he just pretty much read like a little bit of the article, is who was more at risk, okay, for these things happening. Okay, so let me just bring this article out. I'm going to read, it's pretty much the same article, but, two different opinions by two different news sources. And this is Yahoo Finance, okay, which is a mainstream media, okay, so they're reporting on this, but, people, they're not going to really put one to one together, and realize, okay, something bad is happening. Our people are still playing games. You Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, we understand, and we know that 2/3 of our people they're not going to come to the word, which we're going to tell them what's going to befall them, whether they like it or not, whether they believe it or not. That's part of our job, is to warn our people to get the blood off of our hands, okay? So this is Yahoo Finance, okay? And I'm going to put the links in the description box so you can go ahead and read these articles yourself and see what Esau, Edom is talking about, okay? And he's talking about pretty much, let's go into it. So here's the title. It says, renters, homeowners face new phase of corona crisis with evictions, foreclosures looming. Okay, this is written by Alexis Keenan, okay, a reporter. And I'm just going to read a couple of paragraphs, and the main focus is in the third paragraph, okay, because it says a lot. It says a lot within that paragraph if you can extract what the true meaning behind this is and how biblical prophecy is going to play part. Okay, it says that potential housing crisis is on the way. It's on the way for millions of Americans whose mortgage and rent deferrals are about to sunset. See? Okay, they're about to go away. These deferrals, these moratoriums, basically because of this sickness that's going around. We know it as a pandemic, but it is what it is. This is set up from the elites, okay? And basically there was a little stipulation that, okay, we won't kick you out of your house because most people, they don't have, once they stop working, they're not able to pay for the things that they have. Okay, paycheck to paycheck, over 70% of Americans. Okay, I've done a video on that. These articles came out before. About 70% of Americans, upward to 80%. Okay, even those that are making over $100,000 are living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, so this pandemic has really, messed up a lot of people. Okay, as well as it has closed a lot of these businesses. But these things are not really being reported, or they're being scarcely reported without the full proper understanding of the things that are going to actually happen, in the future. Okay, evictions loom as the end of state and local moratoriums will no longer protect homeowners and tenants unable to make payments because of COVID-19 lockdown. Okay, so as we see here, there was a lot of evictions and pretty much foreclosures that were blocked off, okay, these last couple of months because of the COVID-19. Okay, they were protected, so a lot of people didn't get kicked out. So you're not really seeing the repercussions of this lockdown that has pretty much crippled the economy. Okay, you're not really seeing that. It says a minority of U.S. states have already expired orders against evictions. So there's a small percentage of U.S. states that pretty much have already expired, okay, evictions, So pretty much there's already people being, kicked out of their homes, or evictions, going through the process. Because a lot of these courts, they were closed down also. Pretty much the world was on stop for a couple of months. When nobody knows what's going on, people were told, okay, you can't go to work, okay, or your job was lost. Okay, it says once they do, I'm sorry. Let me read that again. A minority of U.S. states have already expired orders against evictions, and a host of others across the country are set to expire over the next 2 months. So this article was done July 10th. Okay, today is July 12th. So 2 days ago, this article was written. Okay, so we have July, August, September. So by the time September rolls in, right? By the time September rolls in, these moratoriums and these deferrals of rent, okay, and mortgage payments, they're going to be shut off. Okay, you're not going to be protected by any government agency. Okay, the lenders can come in. Your what's it called? Your landlord can proceed with, pretty much getting you out of there. In certain states, that's less than 30 days. And what are you going to do when you don't have any money? You are not able to go to work. You have not found work. Okay, your Social Security, your unemployment has ran out. Now I know July, if I'm not mistaken, the last week of July, they're going to end the unemployment, the extra $600 a week that you're getting. Okay, as part of the coronavirus package relief, okay, program. So people were getting like an extra extra $2,400 a month, okay, because of this lockdown. So that kind of gave them a cushion, and put, and allow people to continue on for a couple of more months. But that's going to run out. Remember, all good things come to an end. Okay, especially dealing with the so-called white man. He's giving you these things in order to basically have more control over you, okay? Because his ultimate goal is to crash this society, which he's doing. This is what he's doing right now, and to basically, okay, put pure hell on you people so you can beg, okay, for the solution, okay, which he's going to present the solution to you. Order out of chaos, problem, action, solution, if I'm saying that in the correct order. But let me just go and read this last paragraph here, and I want to go into some scriptures and maybe read this other paragraph here also, because it goes into more of a exact number. It says, once they do, residents are facing a possible flood of non-payment legal actions. Okay, that means evictions. That means foreclosures. Okay, a lot of you people are going to lose your homes. Just like 2008, the financial crisis, this is going to be on steroids. Okay, because there's never been a time where the economy has stopped for this long, this period of time, when people were actually forced from going to work. Okay, it says the COVID-19 Eviction Defense Project, CEDP, predict recently that by the end of September, more than 20 million U.S. renters, more than 20 million, U.S. renters, many of them Black and Latino. Okay, when I was watching this video, I seen that while he was going through the article, which he didn't touch on this part, but I seen of, oh man, I gotta look into it. I gotta read that article and see what's going on. But you should once seeing that, understanding what's going on, you should already know what's going on. Things should already pop into your mind. Okay, what should pop into your mind? These prophecies, scriptures should start popping into your mind, because you so-called Black and Latinos, as they put here in this article, you are the Israelites, and you are going to be affected by this more than any demographic out there. Okay, many of them Black and Latino located in big cities will be at risk for eviction, and you're already highly susceptible to evictions. Who gets evicted from their homes? Black and Latinos. Okay. A lot of you independent women, you're going to get evicted from your homes. Okay. You lost those service jobs. You lost those customer service jobs. You lost those hospitality jobs. You lost those medical jobs in these different fields. A lot of you so-called Black and Latinos, you were the first to go. Okay, and you don't have money saved up. You don't have a nest egg. Okay, you're penny pinching. You're part of that number of people, okay, in America that are living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, that's how this system is set up. Why I said that, because another scripture that popped into my head when I was reading over this article was Proverbs 22:7. Let me read this. It says, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. See? So the rich ruleth over the poor. Who's the rich? Well, the rich are the ones who own America, that own all the lands, own all the property, the infrastructure, that own all the banks. Who owns these things? Okay? There's only one group of people that own these things. Okay? And if you want to rent, okay, if you want to buy, who do you have to go to? Okay? So don't tell me that you're free. If you want to buy a home, if you want to buy land, you have to go to a certain group of people, okay? And you have to have the right paperwork, and you have to have the right monies to be able to, make that transaction. Okay, you have to bust your ass, okay, and basically buy into this, American nightmare, American dream. Okay, you have to buy into it and bust your ass to, go to work and basically put yourself in debt. Okay, and this is how the elites, this is how the rulers of this world, this is how they rule over the people. Okay, that there's something called debt slavery. Okay, because all you people here in America, you're in debt. Okay, you've been running up those credit cards. It says the borrower is servant to the lender. So you so-called Blacks and Hispanics, you are at the mercies of the so-called white man and his system. Okay. Yet for the elect, for those who believe in Yahweh Shemal Shai, the Lord is going to give them a way to be able to escape these things. Now, there is going to come a time where, you can possibly be put out of your house. Okay, the scriptures speak about that. Yet this is going to befall, for the most part, this is going to befall 2/3 of our people. Okay, those that are more susceptible. Okay, like I said in the article, it said most of those 20 million people are facing eviction are who? Blacks and Hispanics. You can't make this up. Okay. Let me go here to this. This is saloon.com. Like I said, these articles will be in the description box. And I'm gonna read this a little bit, and I'm gonna read a little bit more, maybe one or two more scriptures, and we'll just wrap it up. It says more than 20 million people face eviction by the end of September as GOP threatens to cut aid. Okay, so who gave you the aid? Well, Trump gave you the aid, and a lot of you so-called Negroes and the Hispanics, you started to your opinions started to sway because Trump gave you this money, okay, which he didn't give you no money. He's just a puppet, okay. This is all a plan of the so-called white man to get you where it matters, to get you where it hurts. Okay, you're not gonna have money to pay for rent. A lot of you people are going to get kicked out of your home. Okay, you're more susceptible to COVID-19 and these different diseases. You're riddled with all type of health ailments. Okay, you're the poor. All right, you're gonna suffer starvation because you're not gonna have enough money. Food prices are gonna go up. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go in and you're gonna ask this man Trump or whoever's in office. You're gonna go to the so-called white man. You're gonna beg him to help you out. Okay, and he's gonna show you that he doesn't give a goddamn about you. What he's gonna do? He's gonna offer you his solution, which is what? Him plugging you into the system through a RFID microchip. Okay. This is his end goal. So he's doing all these tactics, which we're calling these things out. So you should be listening and tuning in, okay, and looking and watching and doing your own research, verifying these things, okay. Esau Edom, he's coming in for you Israelites, okay. So a large portion of you Israelites are going to lose your homes. Okay, you're going to be out on the streets, and this is going to cause more sedition. 1 in 5 Americans who live in rentals could face eviction by the end of September as congressional Republicans move to cut off unemployment assistance, and other coronavirus relief, according to the analysis by the Aspen Institute. So a lot of reason why you people are not out there in the streets, looting and protesting about, the shutdown. There has been, different protests and stuff like that, but mainly Esau. Okay, mainly Esau's doing those protests about the lockdown and the business and destroying businesses because they own businesses. Okay, you black and Hispanic, you are subject to the lender. Okay. How many black multi-billion-dollar companies, multi-million-dollar companies out there that hire so-called black and Hispanics out there? There is none. Okay, and there is one or two really who owns it. Okay, so it says 1 out of 5 Americans that live in rentals. Who mainly lives in these rental properties? Okay, it's you so-called black and Hispanics. Okay, the poor. More than 20 million people, roughly 20% of the 110 million Americans living in rental homes, could face homelessness by the fall. So 20%, there is possibly 20%, okay, of Americans living in these rental homes, okay, all throughout United States, mainly, concentrated in these big cities, okay, these big metropolitan cities, okay, New York, Miami, Dallas, Houston, San Diego, LA, San Francisco, okay, Phoenix, Arizona, Chicago, Philly, where a large population, New Jersey, a large population where Israelites are at. And man, you don't see Israelite homeowners like that. Okay, black and Hispanic homeowners. There are some. Okay, let's not get it twisted. There are some, but it's a very few number. Okay, so over 20% of people, okay, they're facing eviction. Okay, because so-called of the coronavirus. The coronavirus didn't do shit. Okay, it was all planned and set up. Okay, and the majority of that 20% are you blacks and Hispanics, like we read in that other article. Okay, let me it says more than 20 million people, roughly 20% of 110 Americans living in rental homes, could face homelessness by the fall, according to the analysis which used data from the COVID-19 Eviction Defense Project. We're going to face, this is a quote, we're going to face the biggest homelessness crisis that the country has faced in decades, probably since the Great Depression. Former Democratic president candidate and HUD Secretary Julian Castro said in an interview with Salon, "We've never seen anything like that in our lifetime." Okay, everything is unprecedented. Everything is, in a spectacular form to where it's unbelievable. Everything's unbelievable right now. We've never been in these times. The biggest hurricanes, the biggest earthquakes, the biggest this, the biggest that. Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump, it's not surprising that they're so disconnected from their lives, from the lives of everyday people. That's what people are thinking about. That's what they're worrying about. How am I going to pay rent? See, that's what people are really focusing in on. And, a lot of people, right, they're so stressed out. Esau Edom, he's killing himself. He's committing suicide. What is Jake doing? Jake is giving himself into, to drugs, giving himself to alcohol, giving himself into food, trying to forget, their problems or turn into a life of crime. Because what? How are you going to pay rent? Okay. How am I going to pay rent on top of me feeding my children? Okay. So things are about to get real, man. This is Jeremiah. Let me just leave you one scripture to think about, okay, to meditate on. This is Jeremiah 30:7, and we'll just close it out. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Now, in the article we just read, okay, and you can verify for yourself, it said that over 20 million Americans face basically eviction, okay, and the majority of that 20 million are blacks and Latinos, okay. Now, here at Great Millstone, and the majority of the Israelites, okay, the majority of the Israelites that came out of One West, okay, they have that sign, okay, the 12 tribe sign. And who do we say are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel? Okay, which Israel is another word for, you could say Jacob too, because Jacob, okay, our forefather, his name was changed to Israel. He is the prince of the power in the Hebrew. Okay, Yasha'Allah. So it's saying that there is time of Yasha'Allah's, Israel's trouble. Okay, it's time for things to really go bad. It's always been bad for you Jakes, you Israelites. And like I was saying earlier, who do we say are the Israelites? Okay, you blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Okay, you so-called Negro and indigenous tribes. You're the ones that are going to face these evictions at an all-time high. Okay, Esau, he's going to be affected. Okay, the other nations, they're going to be affected, but they're not going to be affected on the capacity as you blacks and Hispanics. Okay. You so-called blacks and Hispanics. Why? Is because that day is coming. Jacob's trouble. Okay, you're gonna receive trouble for being disobedient and not coming back and serving the Lord. Okay, but he shall be saved out of it. See, and here's the good part of that verse of the scripture, because it speaks about a trouble, but it also speaks about a deliverance. Okay, for the elect. The elect are going to be delivered when these evictions, when these things are actually happening. The Lord, he's going to find a way, whether it's a money situation, the Lord give you money. Whether it's a job situation, the Lord give you a job. The Lord will set up a way if you have faith and believe him, and you don't, turn, your back and follow the ways of America, like our people, they're going to trust. They're going to trust in Egypt. They're going to go out. They're going to march. They're going to loot. They're going to do all these different things. Okay. And they're going to be begging, the so-called white man to come save them, when you're supposed to be begging Yahweh Shema Shai to save you, which the elect, they're going to be taken care of during, Jacob's trouble. Okay. Esau is going to come in. We understand, at the latter part of that, Esau, Edom, he's going to come and he's going to grab us up. Yet the Lord, he's going to deliver us from all that. Okay. So, I pray you brothers were edified, with the lesson. We're coming into, we're already in crazy time. We're coming even to even crazier times. Okay. We're coming into Jacob's trouble. All right. We're already there. It's only going to intensify. So until next time, shalom to the elect.